Hi there, you're on with Liam now.
Thank you very much. Hi, Liam.
Hello.
Hello, you can hear me. Great. Fabulous. My name's Olivia.
That's a lovely accent. Hello, Olivia.
Nice to meet you.
We had a song called Olivia once.
You do?
Olivia.
Thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to clip that up and use that for the rest of my life.
You should use it in your ringtone.
Well, I was going to use it as like a show theme tune, like an Ellen DeGeneres type show.
Yes.
You down with that?
I'm down with that, Olivia. Let's do that.
Okay. I wanted to also introduce myself to you because I was the girl that did a video to strip that down of animals singing along to the teaser that you released.
Oh, was that? I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes. Go you and your technical talents.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Anytime.
It was weird, and I can only apologise. But
no, it was great.
Thank you.
With the Anna with the cow and stuff.
Yeah. That was it.
I enjoyed that. It was funny. That was great.
Good.
Thank you,
I'm
Olivia.
glad to hear that. So, be honest with me. When you first started out at 1D, did you really think that you'd end up flying the globe with hundreds of tattoos, doing solo material? Did you ever think it'd come to this?
I knew when I was little that I was going to do something. I didn't know when it started this is what it was going to be like, where I would end up. Life's pretty crazy, but I mean, it's pretty crazy for everybody, right?
That's true. Everyone's got their own thing going on.
Yes, exactly.
But surely you can't have imagined this.
No. Not at all. I mean, having the success I've just had, we stripped that down as well. Coming from 1D success was absolutely incredible. We were the luckiest people ever.
Yeah.
And it almost feels a bit greedy to be going into this part of it now because it's going so well. I mean, I can't believe how well this record's been received. I can't believe how patient the fans have been while I made all of this stuff. And, I'm so excited for this next song because it's my favourite.
Was there any part of you that when you came out 1D that you were like, I'm just going to have a break now? Because obviously you had a small break, but you've kind of got back into it straight away.
100%. Mentally, I needed a little bit of a break. It got very, very busy very quick. So I needed a little bit of realisation, I think. I think I was starting to have a little bit of a resentment for what was going on around me. Obviously, being a kid growing up in extreme situations is a bit crazy, but, Oh, hi there. It was mad, and I had a couple minutes. Obviously, me and Sheza spoke about it and whatever, and then I thought, I'm going to get back into it. And there's no other place in the world that I feel like I belong right now, so this is what I should be doing, and I'm so glad that I took the dive into solo-ness.
Great. And I've been asking some of your fans for questions and that, and you know how crazy they can get, but I picked the tame ones for you, so you're lucky on this one. If you could go back in time and tell yourself anything before that successful audition at the X Factor, is there anything that you would have gone back and told yourself?
I would say to myself, lighten up and go and steal that judge out of that chair. Just go and do it.
Okay.
You can.
You did though, right? Surely you did. You kind of did.
Yeah, but I should have just done it. I should have just done it there and then, really, shouldn't I? Should have just copped on and gone, yeah, well, she's a bit of all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to happen at some point, so you may as well start now. What can we expect from the album then?
A lot of different sounds. I mean, I've got the opportunity, and I've been very lucky to work with some amazing people. I mean, obviously starting off with Ed Sheeran was quite the start. It's like someone putting rocket fuel in you. And I've got to work with some great people. Charlie Puth obviously worked with me on this record, and there's a few different collaborations. But I didn't really want to nail myself down to one sound. So there's some dark pop on there, some super urban tracks. There's a lot of trap music. There's some more ballady. There's one song that's really close that could have been a 1D song in my eyes,
right?
But it also has a blend of what I like on it as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Exciting. I
noticed on your Twitter that you picked out Sam Smith's album. You were excited for that. So can we expect any sort of piano-y vibe like Sam Smith does?
Honestly, Sam's a great, great musician. It's really funny that me and him are like in the falsetto zone right now, which is really cool. I love Sam, and he's a really, really good guy. Obviously, I mean, I spoke to him about how making that James Bond track. He only recorded it once. He did one take of the James Bond track, and they sat and wrote it in a couple of hours. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So, he's someone I definitely look up to as a musician.
And you mentioned Charlie Puth. I've met him once before. He's a beautiful weirdo, isn't he?
No, not at all. He's amazing. He's like... he's the best kind of weird you can be.
Exactly,
I think,
that's
me
what I
and him
mean.
are quite similar in that sense. He's a musical boss, and I often find with musicians that are quite shy people, until they have an instrument in their hands, and then they're a totally different person. So, I mean, that's where he speaks, really.
Yeah, and he writes his songs with like a beatbox vibe. And am I right in thinking that you can beatbox as well?
I can beatbox a little bit.
Can I hear some now? That was sick. That was so good.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I love that you just went straight into it as well. You went like...
Well, I mean, that was a little beat just to lay it out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, he writes his songs in a number of ways. When I've been with him, he has this little piano, this little Casio keyboard that it's really like it's a handheld keyboard you can hold in your hand, and he just writes on this little keyboard and then goes on the massive speakers, and within minutes there's something crazy going on. He's an extremely talented young man.
Great. And you really enjoyed working with him, I assume?
Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, he was written fantastic songs. He's working with J Cash as well, one of the best produced, writers in the game at the moment. He writes a lot of the Maroon 5 stuff you hear.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've got Steve Mack to finish off the production on this one, which he wrote "Shape of You," so he's a boss.
Yeah,
so,
he's
I mean, look at that.
Year.
The crazy thing for me is the way that people want to work with me. That speaks to me a lot. So I'm really, really proud of the fact that great musicians, literal musical gods, want to spend their time working with little old me.
That's so nice to hear. And I was going to ask you actually, if you were going to have dinner where you could invite 3 people, dead or alive, who would you invite and why?
George Michael, because I think he's incredible.
Yeah.
I would invite Mickey Flanagan because he's absolutely hilarious.
Okay, right, that was a curveball.
And I would invite... Tom Hardy, because I would do a wicked impression of him.
Okay, sorry. There was somebody definitely whispering in the background there, saying Tom Hardy. So is that...
They were just trying to remind me of my own thoughts.
Okay.
That was my conscience actually whispering in the background.
Was it? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he's going straight and narrow.
It's quite loud. It's quite a loud conscience that you've got there. So go on then, give me your impression.
I'm a loud guy. Well, Tom Hardy, you want to know about Tom? Well, I mean, he speaks to me like this, doesn't he, sometimes? It depends what he's doing. He wants, going for a shootout, didn't I?
Okay. I'm not sure. Can I give
You're
it...
not sure?
No, can I give it like a 6 out of 10?
Yeah, but I can't do the proper one because they have to swear otherwise.
Okay, but that's all right. This is a pre-record. We can edit it out.
We can't edit it out, though, can we?
Okay. All right, then. All right, I understand.
You're a very harsh judge today. Did you wake up okay this morning?
Yeah, do you know what? If I'm honest, I woke up with a banging headache. So maybe that's what it is. I can only apologise.
I mean, you have to apologise to Tom as well, won't you?
Okay. Thanks for that. Your new single, then. What was the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration behind it. Well, I mean, I'm sure Charlie has some much more elaborate story he could tell you about it. I think, the song's about like a torn relationship where you're neither in nor out, but your clothes end up on the bedroom floor. You know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
It's a bit saucy.
All
I don't
right.
know what time this is going to be aired, but it's a saucy track.
Okay, very saucy. Most of your songs have been saucy, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what does that say about me, eh?
Well, I mean, can we talk about this?
Of course we can talk about this.
Is
That's what
that
I'm here for.
Is that the theme of the album? Is it all very
well,
sexual?
I think I've grown up. Obviously, I think my fans have grown up with me, and there's a lot of stuff that needs talking about. So I'm free to talk about it.
Okay, be honest with me. In 10 years' time, are you going to look back and go, "Oh, maybe that was too sexual"? Are you happy? Like
Never. How can you ever be too sexual?
Okay. I'm so out of my
embarrassed now,
depth.
aren't you?
I'm so out of my
You
depth.
don't know what to do now, do you?
Right, I'll be honest with you right now. I am engaged to a woman, so this is like totally out of my territory right now. And
I don't think it is.
okay. Oh, I'm really red, and you can't even see me. Okay, good.
Well, I mean, that's the power of radio, isn't it?
That is the power of radio. So, we sometimes do a little feature on my show where we get people on to tell them...
Congratulations on your engagement, by the way.
Thank
Sorry,
you very
didn't mean
much.
to be rude there.
That's very sweet. We sometimes get people on my show to share mind-blowing facts, incredible facts that they tell
All right,
everyone.
I got one for you.
Go on then.
I got a fact for you. Right, do you know how the word posh was invented?
Go on.
I heard that when Africa was colonised, people would travel over, and the people who could obviously afford to would sit port side out starboard home. So their tickets were stamped posh because they wanted to see the views of the ocean and the land as they went by.
That's the sound of my mind blowing right now.
So if you posh, port side out, starboard home.
That's a great fact. That is incredible.
Thanks to, I have many drivers who tell me many things. I like to dedicate that to Robert in LA, who told me recently about the word posh.
Nice. So obviously you get driven around quite a few places, right?
Sure thing.
Have you ever had like a really strange driver, or have you?
No, I honestly, the people who drive me, I only have a couple of people that I use because I really love spending time with them. I have to travel a lot of long distances all the time, so I like to spend time with good people in the car and have a good chat about things. It's very therapeutic.
Nice. And has any of them like offered up some worldly advice, as taxi drivers tend to do?
Well, I mean, just telling me. Robert in LA always has a story for me. There's always some sort of story. His wife is Mindy Weiss, who obviously she arranges the parties for the Kardashians and people like that. She did like Kris Jenner's 60th. All sorts of stuff. So loads of stories. I hear a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
she's a lovely woman as well. Mindy is.
I'm sure you do hear a lot of stuff out of that man's mouth that you probably can't share with us. That's true.
No, he always just has random stories. Like he said that the man, this is the funniest one. He was like, I don't even know if this is true or not, but he was like, he was talking about Adidas. And he was like, do you know why it's called, it was called, because they call it Adidas in America. And he was like, it's called Adidas because the guy was called, the German guy was called Adidasler. I said, well, you just said his name was Adidasler and then called it Adidas. That makes no sense, Robert. And then he was like, good point.
Yeah, okay, nice. You called him out on it. Good.
Cool story, bro.
Good job you did that.
He's funny. His jokes are awful, though.
Are they?
Yeah.
You're not into awful jokes?
No, but they're really just not funny jokes. They're just awful jokes. And they're always about the same place. And I'm not going to repeat any of them because I can't, but he's got awful jokes.
Okay. I'm going to go back to a fan question quickly before I run out of time. One of your fans wanted to know, what is your top tip for overthinking? I wondered whether you do overthink in your gig.
I am the biggest overthinker in the world, I think, actually. It's one of my things. Sometimes it can be a quality, though, because it makes sure you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just relax. Just relax about it. So, listen, you have to always think, when has it ever not been all right?
Okay.
That's what I always do. And it's always been all right for me, so I'm pretty happy.
What's the main thing that you overthink about?
Just the question of life in general.
Right.
As we all do.
Okay. Just like, what's my purpose?
This has been a very random interview, hasn't it?
It has been random.
Actually, I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed your questions.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That is something that I'm going to play back to my boss if he says, what the hell did you do with that Liam Payne interview? So just double check him.
You can play that back to him.
Thank you very much.
Got you back.
Really, really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us. And
thank you.
Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Congrats.
Yes, I hope you enjoy this next single. Album's out in January, and I will be touring at some point as well.
Yeah, exactly. People are asking about this tour.
Yes.
The other question that I was going to ask, I do have a bit more time, is a couple of the other boys from 1D have been doing covers of One Direction songs. Are you thinking about doing one?
I definitely am, but I want to do it my own style. So I've got to pick a way of doing so. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm trying to pick my favourite tracks that I want to do. So yes, you'll definitely see something like that in the future, but not the near future.
Okay. Can you allude to an album that you're picking from, or...?
I don't know yet. I'm really struggling, but my favourite album of ours was Made in the AM. So
okay, sweet. I'm really excited to hear that.
Fantastic.
And see it all and just soak it up. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, Olivia. Congratulations on your engagement, and it was lovely to speak to you.
Cheers, pal. Bye.
Bye.